Disciple-making movement begins when people deeply and earnestly enter into intercessory prayer.
To me, it's one of the best leadership development tools there are. You do not have to have a title or to be trained or have even degrees beyond your name.
It is very practical and the dynamics is exciting.
It's disciples making disciples who make disciples. After several years of ministering in marginalized communities, I was struggling to find the right principles and tools that would help me to meaningfully find transformation in other people's lives. So in my search for that, I came across disciple-making movements, and I decided to take that training.
I was really sensing that God wanted me to be involved in some gospel encounters outside of my church life. How do I engage people that do not know Him? When I look at the model of Christ, I see Him gathering crowds, but yet finding that one person, and He told us to go and make disciples of all nations. So as I saw an advertisement by pioneers with disciple-making movements, I decided this was for me. And I really believe that God really used this in my own spiritual walk.
A couple of years ago, I prayed to God to give me some resources to reach the people, because I want to reach the men so that they can know the Word of God. And the DMM program is pretty exciting. When I saw what is involved in it, I couldn't wait to take the course.
Pioneers Canada is trying to get disciple-making movement training established in the various areas of Canada, especially where there are cities with high concentrations of people from the least reached nations of the world.
4 years ago, my wife and I moved from a major city to a small rural community with a variety of First Nations communities surrounding it. We began working using the tools that we'd picked up along the way, and we quickly, within months of that training, started to see a big result happen. We have started over 20 Discovery Bible studies, several of which have turned into house churches with Indigenous leadership and incredible growth. We're just so thankful to see all that God has done in these communities.
We do the discipleship study in a local community center, and we serve a meal, and afterwards we break up into a discovery group. And one of our curious neighbors came, and we have seen God move in their lives. This is just a beginning for us, but it's amazing to hear someone come back and say, you know what, you prayed for me last week and God answered my prayer this way. They've never, ever been involved in some sort of Bible study, and all of a sudden there they are in a discovery group.
So our discovery group has been meeting about once a week for the past year or so now. For me, it's been instrumental in my maturity, spiritual growth, because it's a safe place. It's only a few people, and for someone who is like myself, who doesn't share too much in large groups, it's been an opportunity for me to be able to share my concerns and my struggles and be accepted.
Canada right now is receiving refugees at a record level, and we desperately need to train people at a very historic time.
I would encourage you to support Pioneers. I truly believe that this is a disciple-making movement. This is the one thing that Jesus asked us to do. We need to obey this in prayer, and I believe that God has got His eye on those that need Him, and now is the time.